What's going on, everybody? Afternoon. Recap here for today. We spoke over the weekend how we kind of would want to see if price would continue to just consolidate, right? We hit a lot of daily objectives last week. We've been ranging quite a bit. So for today, we really were just expecting consolidation, which is what we got. We wanted to see if we couldn't trade lower off of this original fair value gap that was formed during yesterday's open. And you'll see that we really just bounced between that 15-minute and then we had a 1 hour fair value gap in here that we were referencing as well. So bouncing between PD arrays, all in all, just really a consolidation day as we work through the lower time frames. We can point out a few setups. So right, we talked about this morning how we had engineered sell side and buy side. So at this point, already kind of a precursor that price was willing to just consolidate back and forth. So there's not really too much in here that we want to look at, right? You do get some short-term setups. So you can go from low, high, lower, low gets broken, right? So we have things like breakers in here that get used in the short term. Breaker here to deliver us up into this run. On the way down now, obviously, right? Notice how we have an inversion level. So bullish fair value gap that gets broken with a bearish fair value gap as we break underneath the 830. That holds us in the short term, delivering us into short-term sell side back into the breaker. But notice we're not really attacking external ranges at all. It's just a lot of short-term swings in here. Once we do that, we then overtake, creating a new inversion here. Create that inversion with now the bullish fair value gap. So that holds us, runs us into a short-term high. We consolidate. We then reverse to now attack. Right, sell side here again. So all back and forth after clearing that sell side. We can expect that reversal. So notice how we clear sell side. That last premium that we create as we trade into it now gets overtaken. So we overtake the bearish with a bullish. New discount forms here that holds us. And now we target that original buy side that we had left behind. So just a lot of back and forth, right? We clear that sell side, leaving behind this actual equal lows here for now. Instead targeting the buy side. Actually running into new week opening gap and another set. So two pairs of new week opening gaps we ran into here. Retrace back into the 830, give us some small bounces. Ultimately, we do get a run on a short-term low here, break in structure. Discount gets left behind in the form of this untouched and unfilled volume imbalance. So these are important ones because notice when this candle opens, we don't even return into this candle's close. So no wick lower, leaving that untouched. We trade up, return into it. Right, if this was like a 30-second, which we have, we could actually show. So here on this 30-second, right, notice how we clear a short-term low here, and then we actually run this set of equal highs. So we're breaking that structure, same volume imbalance still there, and that runs us up into now a high here. Right, notice before we get into that high, however, we have buy side resting here. That becomes the target. We create even a little short-term setup, so it won't really offer you much, but low, high, lower, low, broken. You have the breaker. You have that breaker aligned with a higher time frame fair value gap to 15, and we have created a new 1 minute. So before we get into the buy side, we create equal highs, return into that fair value gap, attack the buy side. Notice how once we attack that buy side, what do we do? Well, now we break structure lower, right? So this low that was created as we run up into that buy side, once we close underneath that, that becomes our market structure shift, leaving behind a new premium in the form of this bearish fair value gap. And this bearish fair value gap is aligned with a new week opening gap. So understanding that we're in consolidation, we're at the extreme of a range, we have cleared external buy side. Once we see this reversal setup, we can trust that this will want to continue lower. Right, so we trade into this. This is that YouTube model. Breaker, high, low, higher, high, broken. Say you didn't trust this one. Well, now you can wait for this to be created as an inversion. Right, so we hold initially, we then break lower. Notice how we close underneath here. So now you can either use this 1 minute bullish that now has become an inversion, which holds us. Or if you can actually see price in itself right within this inversion, notice how we have now created a new fair value gap as we trade lower. So as we break structure here at this low, holding this old premium, we form a new premium aligned with the fair value gap. This fair value gap holds us once, twice. And then ultimately we get the sell-off back into now all of this sell side here. So still fell short of the actual equal lows, but you'll see that we just were continuing that seek and destroy. So we cleared the buy side, return now to clear all the lows in here, right? Sell side, sell side, sell side, sell side. So you see how we run all that sell side out. We then give another reversal to go back up and punish people that were shorting. So now we bounce from the sell side to clear out existing buy side. So we run that buy side once again, back and forth. Once we clear the buy side, we revert into the range, clearing a short-term sell side pool. So as we've mentioned, just really seeking to short here. We had a few good opportunities to get short, right? This setup here, low risk sell, gave you another opportunity. Even after this, notice, high, low, higher, high. We actually close below it here. First candle to close below. Drag out our breaker. Notice how our bearish breaker is aligned with higher time frame fair value gap perfectly. That level holds us. Then we get that distribution sell off into sell side before bouncing back up for the buy side. Even in here, you can see, right, we can use this inversion. So same idea. If we're going to break through this last premium formed as we head into sell side, we're expecting consolidation. Well, it makes sense to use that as support. We close above it, return into it, low holds perfectly. We then deliver into buy side. Only after delivering into buy side do we then reverse to attack sell side, still using that 15. And now just consolidating here. So overall, pretty choppy day, not too much action, nothing for us, right? No trades really taken for us today. We were just watching here. We didn't have anything that stood out, nothing that we were of interest in. So yeah, we just took the day off. We're fine with that. Going into tomorrow, I like the idea of potentially still coming in for these equal lows, to be honest. So if we can hold 830 level here, right, kind of hold this original 15, I like the idea of running out sell side. So going into tomorrow, that's what we'll look for. If we run into that sell side before, though, we'll just have to reassess as normal and see what we can get. But yeah, until tomorrow, we'll be back at 9:25 Eastern. So we will talk then. Have a good night, everybody. Talk in the morning.